In the past 3 decades, we have been witnessing a very slow but overwhelmingly negative shift in our dating culture. And I think that's the reason why there is such a disconnect between the older generation and the newer generation. And for a lot of us, it feels as if dating has lost its purpose, which makes many people wonder, so then why bother? Since dating in this day and age is a losing battle, why waste the time, money, and more importantly, which I personally think is the most crucial thing, the emotional investment. This is a sentiment that many adults share as you were listening to this video, and it could be you. And to be fair, this is a very valid emotional but also logical response to what I think originates from very valid concern. Mostly because people cheat more than ever, they commit less than ever, they are more selfish than ever, and more narcissistic than ever. It doesn't mean that you as a listener are that type of person, but I'm pretty sure you have experience dealing with that type of person, and you have noticed that you encounter this type of people more than ever. That is not including the countless amount of abuse and mistreatment going on in many relationships. So then the question is, did dating lose its purpose? And that is the question that we're going to try to answer today. My name is Christian and I appreciate that you're here. So let's start at the beginning. See, talking about dating to my single friends is like talking about World War II to a vet. I can see the fear, the desperation, the, in a way, PTSD in the eyes and even in the voice and the way they talk about it. And I can sympathize, even though I've been in my current relationship for almost 3 years now. That being said, I'm very familiar with the feeling of being in a terrible relationship. I know what it feels like to put yourself out there, to get emotionally invested and eventually go on a date only to get ghosted by someone who never had interest in you in the first place. Even worse, I also know what it feels like to do the right things with the wrong person, which is why many people are either afraid to allow themselves to fall in love and go on a date again, while others are simply sick and tired of being sick and tired and have completely checked out. A decision that I personally don't approve of, but I do understand why someone will go down that path. Not to mention that, let's be honest, my approval means nothing and should mean nothing to a stranger. Despite all of that, many people deep down, if we are being honest to ourselves here, yearn to fall in love, to have some kind of emotional connection to someone else. In a way, we are seeking some sort of unconditional love. We all tend to seek a deeper connection that is an amalgamation of emotional, physical, and to some level, spiritual bonding. But maybe we got to this point of endless disappointment and chronically single adult because the idea of dating got corrupted by the media and certain group and or corporation with very questionable morals and agendas. That being said, maybe dating didn't really lose its purpose, but instead we just forgot what the true purpose of dating is. So let's say because of this video, you would try to find out what the purpose of dating is. I'm pretty sure one of the first thing you would do is Google it. And this is what you will find if you type, what's the purpose of dating? And it goes as follows. The goal of dating is to get to know each other, having fun together, discovering similarities, and learn about life expectation, goals, and dreams. Focusing on seeking pleasure instead could cloud your judgment. The time to have a talk about your limits is not in the middle of a heated makeout session, which I find is hilarious. It is kind of hard when you're dating to not want to seek that type of pleasure, I would admit. This to me sounds very logical and it makes sense, a lot of sense, and hopefully it does to you as well. But I personally think that one of the most crucial part comes in the last sentence, which in my opinion is one of the biggest reasons why dating has seen such a huge decline in quality recently. And for the sake of full transparency, I would admit that I'm 1000% guilty of this myself, because on many occasions I have put my own sexual need and degeneracy above all else. That in return has resulted in some of the worst dating experience I ever had. Granted, it is very possible that due to heavy influences from the media and some of the change in our society, we have somehow trivialize the idea and the meaning of dating, because the idea of getting into and getting out of a relationship is taken very lightly. It is taken as seriously as changing a pair of socks, and it shouldn't. And as Dwayne from the Dry Creek Wrangler school put it, this type of lifestyle creates a mindset that treats relationships as disposable.
You start setting a precedent, a life habit in your mind. This is my boyfriend, this is my girlfriend. Now we're not getting along, so we're going to break up and we'll find a new one. And so you start setting a life habit, a mindset that a relationship is disposable. And you start setting that mindset, you start setting that life habit while you're still young and impressionable and forming who you are.
And frankly, I couldn't agree more. As I have started to pay more attention to my own behaviors and mindset, as well as those of my peers, I have noticed a trend. Those who treat relationships as disposable, or also those who fear commitment, are the ones who always tend to fail at dating. And that includes my past self. But as we change our mindset and our behavior, so does our results, turning from mostly negative to extremely positive. And that is something that I have witnessed in myself and many others. Thus, the reason why personally I'm able to have a happy relationship that stays strong and healthy even way past the honeymoon phase, it's because neither me or my future wife treat our relationship as disposable. And I know that the argument could be, well, how can one ensure that the boyfriend or girlfriend does not treat their relationship as disposable? Because that's damn near impossible to do so. You cannot control what other people do. And my answer to that is to learn how to be a good judge of character. But I think that requires one to have a very good character as well. See, Dwayne also makes a great point when he explained what he believes is the true purpose of dating.
And so dating should simply be a time to make double and triple sure that this is someone that I want to spend the rest of my life with. It should never be something where this is someone I have a lot of fun with, and we like hanging out, and so we want to hang out with each other exclusively until we don't. Because I believe myself, years of experience with other people and with my kids, I believe that the abysmal divorce rate in this country in large part is affected by the dating practices in this country.
Which is an opinion that might be seen as controversial to many and maybe even too conservative. Nonetheless, I personally think it's right, because dating is a part of courtship, a word that we don't even use anymore because we don't even know what courtship is in this day and age. We barely even bother with the process of courtship. But courtship is a step towards a lifelong union, one of the most, if not the most important decision someone will ever make in their life. So then why do we trivialize such a impactful part of our life? I think it's something that might still be up for debate. However, one thing for certain is that those who do not take dating seriously will always have abysmal results. With all of that being said, I can agree that dating is not for everyone. This is not a video trying to convince anyone to date and or get married. I simply want to give you something to think about. As I said before, maybe it's not that dating has lost its purpose. Maybe we just forgot what the true purpose of dating is. So that's it for me today, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and please take care of yourself. And if you enjoyed this video, I encourage you to give you a like just to show your support, and subscribe if you would like to be part of our little community. It's been a while since I've released a video. Now I'm back again trying to release more video as often as I can to help as many people as I can. And you might also like this video about how to handle disagreement in your relationship. Go ahead and give it a click and watch it if you want to, or there are other videos on this channel that you might enjoy.